So on today's problem with gaming, I'm going to be talking about Evil Within 2 and how I unlocked the You Asked For It Again gold trophy, which requires you to beat the game on its classic mode. And if anyone's ever played Evil Within and got this trophy, they'll know that this is quite a challenging trophy, as you can only save 7 times, so if you die in between saving, you'll have to go back to your last save. And as the game is on the harder difficulty, this is a real tough challenge. And for me, it wasn't one that I wanted to try and suffer through in order to get this trophy, so I ended up giving up on the platinum for Evil Within 2, which kind of stung. Fast forward a few years later, and I eventually end up coming back to this game, as I found out that the game was actually patched at some point to include cheats for Bethesda.net account members, so if you signed up to their Bethesda.net account, you could actually get some cheat codes in-game that wouldn't disable trophies. Oh my god, so I quickly reinstalled the game and signed up to the account, and in the options menu there are 3 cheats that you can enable, one for infinite health, one to enable you to one-shot kill most enemies, and another to give you infinite stamina. Oh my god, that's brilliant. So these cheat codes, they completely changed the game, to be honest. What was once a really scary and tense game where death could await around any corner, especially on Nightmare or even higher difficulties, because these enemies will just take you out, and there's lots of big nasty ones that will come and chase you around, as well as all the bosses that can be really tough, plus the fact that you don't really get much ammo, and it's quite a struggle to survive at times, with all the insta-kill moments where you're getting chased by big enemies. This was an absolute nightmare, and trying to do this on Classic with just 7 saves, oh my god. But you know what? These cheats transform the game from that to this. A sweet, nice, paradise, happy funland. Seriously, it completely transforms the game, because now all of the big scary encounters, well, they're not so scary anymore. Finally, all those times I died playing it on Nightmare for the first time, thinking, my god, how am I ever going to get this trophy for doing it on Classic mode, where I can only save 7 times, and I'd have to play for hours and hours without saving, and if I died I had to repeat the whole thing. Finally I get to have my revenge on this hard game. So I now had 3 cheat codes to take in with me on the Classic mode playthrough. I had unlimited stamina, which meant I could just run around all the time. I had unlimited health, and I could one-shot kill most enemies. And all of these come with a disclaimer saying that it might not work in all situations. But I actually never died once, and I think you'd have to try really hard in order for you to actually find a way for you to die with these cheat codes enabled. So the stress of trying to get through this playthrough with just 7 saves is not really there anymore. So something tells me that this Classic mode playthrough is no longer going to be a nightmare. Oh no, instead it's gonna be so much fun. So there you have it. That's how I beat Classic Mode on Evil Within 2. How I got that trophy and how I eventually got the Platinum trophy. It was all thanks to these 3 cheats, because quite frankly I could have never got it without them. And I even had one of the 7 saves remaining, which just shows you how easy it was. And yeah, you could argue I never got the Platinum legitimately, but the developers added cheat codes into the game, so I'm going to use them if they're there, you know what I mean? I made it easier on myself, it was a lot less stressful, and I do feel bad for the people who did it legitimately, especially if you did it and you suffered through all of that, and then a week later they added the cheat codes in. That would have really pissed me off if I did that. So fair play for everyone who's done it properly, but for me, the most fun I had was this in 2021, when I went back and played it with cheats, because it was just a blast to go through and do it. And if anyone who played this back in the day never got that trophy because of the difficulty, go back and play it with cheats. You won't regret it, because you will have an absolute blast, because this is a brilliant game.